Howdy, everybody. Why am I late? Because my StreamYard and everything decided to go bluey because why? It's Monday. Of course it is. Let's cut back to this. Hi, how are you? I'm Terri Hardin, Walt Disney's legendary Imagineer. If you're just joining us for the first time, hello, how are you? And if you're watching this after the live broadcast, welcome. Please post in the comments anything you're thinking about if it's interesting. Whatever you're thinking, just say it in the comments, and I hope I can get to see it. As I mentioned, I'm Walt Disney's legendary Imagineer, which means that I've been doing Imagineering stuff for a very long time. Dragon's Lair Paris and Big Thunder Mountain. And a lot of times I'll use visual aids to show you this, but today I have somewhere I've got to be. So this will be a little bit short today, but I'm happy to say, hi, how are you? What's happening? Are you doing well? And how was your weekend? Mine was pretty crazy. And it was crazy because I was sculpting, I was painting, I was getting a few boxes checked off because perhaps you have heard that there's a few things happening, coming up very quickly, and a few changes that are made because of the pandemic. Yes. How long did it take before Terri mentioned the word pandemic? 30 seconds? What was it? A minute and 30 seconds. I apologize for that, but it is affecting our lives in a major way, and it doesn't seem to want to stop, does it? But by that, I mean that I'm going to give you a little bit of an itinerary, and then I'm going to jump right into Club 33/annual passes. Are you going to buy one? That's this Wednesday. This Wednesday, the 25th, is when you can purchase an annual pass to Disneyland. So you can go on the app, you can check them out, see which key is your key. Yorkie, not the dog. Forgive me, this is my breakfast. And if I don't drink it now, I don't get breakfast. So forgive me for being a tad rude. But anyway, I will give you those updates. But let's talk a little bit quickly about these annual passes. I'm curious to see, and please post in the comments whether you'll be buying one or you're not going to buy one. I am going to invest because, as I said before, when all of you come to Disneyland and when all of you say to me, hey, Terri, I'm at Disneyland and I'd love to see you. Forgive me, I'm just reorganizing here. My shop is a bit crazy because I've been doing a lot of work in here. That's what they're for, right? I'm also going to pull up a chair so I can sit down. Oh, goodness. Okay. Whew. All righty. So the annual passes are coming up. That will happen this Wednesday. And if it's anything like I've seen Disney do before, maybe it's going to happen at noon Eastern, which means 9 o'clock Pacific. But maybe not. Maybe it's just going to be 9 o'clock Pacific because it's Disneyland as opposed to Walt Disney World. You tell me, okay? A lot of you out there are big Disney files and you know more about Disney than I do. Even though I'm an Imagineer, that doesn't mean that I know everything. One can't know everything. So I'm here to say, hey, if you know something, post it in the comments. Let us all know. How is this going to work? Because I want to buy one too. But what I started to say is the reason I'm going to buy an annual pass is so that when you guys say, hey, Terri, I'm in, I've got an appointment for X day, I can go in and try to get that appointment too. And maybe we can grab a lunch or a coffee or ride a ride together or whatever. But I used to do this all the time with my pass. And now, of course, that's different. Another option is that I want to be there for the birthday because there's lots of people getting together. So again, I will be investing in one. But let me know if you will be investing in one. And you know, if you are a California resident, you get to, as I understand it, make payments. True or false? Again, you guys are the aficionados, so let me know. The reason I started to think about Club 33, before I make announcements, the reason I thought about, in case you guys are in a hurry, Club 33 is because I saw a little article about it And it was talking about the cost of it and what it takes. And it was kind of touching base on what Club 33 is. Now, many of you already know what Club 33 is, but years ago when Walt was alive, he wanted a place that he could bring celebrities, dignitaries, people who might get overcome. That's the word I'm looking for, because people want to meet him. So like a Michael Jackson, for example, can't just necessarily walk amongst the park. He would be inundated with everyone who's crazy about him and bodyguards and all that kind of crazy stuff. It could be, sometimes it could be someone as popular as the President of the United States might want to come and meet with Walt for some reason or another. And but dignitaries of all levels, celebrities or dignitaries from other countries or whatever. And so Walt wanted a place to quietly entertain them, where they could sit up and see beautiful views, have a quiet atmosphere, and be able to maybe perhaps have a cigar or have a cocktail. In Disneyland, it was the only place one could have a cocktail or an alcoholic beverage. Now, as you know, Blue Bayou has thought that they're going to start to serve alcohol, which I'm a little on the fence about. Not so sure if that's the best idea, but they have it in California Adventure Park. So, I don't know. What are your thoughts? Please post in the comments what you think about Blue Bayou alcoholic drinks, or should it stay in Club 33? The dinner is exquisite in elegance. I have had the wonderful, amazing opportunity to go there several times and have dinner. And now that they have redesigned it, Club 33 I'm talking about, it's not just dinner or breakfast or lunch. They have expanded it. Kim Irvine was very instrumental in this, in expanding it so that it has a lounge of the time period, which is just beautiful. And at first I wasn't sure it should be changed, but the nice thing about the lounge is it allows members who pay an awful lot of money to be a part of this now. So back in the day, it was Walt. Walt had it designed the way he wanted it. It had an area where it had pictures and history of Disney, very much like the Walt Disney restaurant in Paris, or the Carthay Circle in Adventure Park. Or if you are able to go into the 1901 lounge, there's more in that in the California Adventure Park offered to members also. But when Walt had it, it was a chance to bring them up. They could relax, they could chill, and they could have a nice quiet visit unmolested by thousands and thousands and thousands of people. It just gave them a chance to go before they went back out into the park. And also there was a time when the gallery, before it was the gallery as I understand, and again, post in the comments if you know this better than I do, which is like a 90% chance that you do, that there was a walkway from what was the gallery, which was an apartment, to Club 33, and they could get a little something, and it was something that was open for quite some time. So if they wanted to see Disney without being in the middle of everybody, this was a way to do it. But when Walt passed away, the Disney people, and I would imagine Imagineers as well, said, what can we do with this now? Because at the time, I don't think it had a membership when Walt was alive. That happened after, I think. Again, correct me if I'm wrong. So what happened is Disney, being the marketers of the world, one of the best marketers in the world, I have to say, are Disney and their parks. They just are quite brilliant. Now, if they could have some better product, we would be so happy, wouldn't we? But anyway, what happened was that they decided to open it to people to become members. And I remember in the beginning, my friend who's been a member they had levels, gold, silver, bronze, I think. Or maybe it was silver, gold, platinum. I'm not sure. I'm not a member. But at the time, it was something in the range of maybe $10,000 to be a member of the club, and then you paid a yearly fee. Now it's much higher, and I'm not even going to quote what it is, but it's much higher. And then you still have to pay each year to continue to maintain that membership. They have also gotten rid of the silver level, and my friend is the only remaining silver level Club 33 member in existence. She would not give up her silver membership, and as long as she keeps it current, they won't make her upgrade. And upgrade is an interesting word, because what do you actually get when you upgrade? I mean, you get to go and you get the events. And during the pandemic, they had very, very beautiful exclusive merchandise that they sold, because here you are paying, you're still paying for the right to the club, and you can't get to the club. So they allowed an area only to members where they could purchase Club 33 exclusive merchandise, which is always stunning, always beautiful. In fact, when I go up there, one of the things I make sure I do is pick up a Club 33 something, because I know that I can put that in a raffle when I speak at clubs, and people have, like a Disney club, or like the thing like Disneyana, where they will get some money for their club. Because here's the thing, guys, when you are a guest, and they're buying you dinner, and they're kind of whining and dining you, and they're having an auction to not only support their own club, but to support things like Ryman Arts or something, it's kind of a speaker etiquette. So you're coming in to speak. It's kind of it's sort of an unspoken etiquette that you bid on something that is the equivalent or more of your dinner. So if the dinner is costing everybody $35, you go and you bid at least $35. Okay. That is an unspoken, you don't have to as a speaker, but it's considered polite, like tipping. Yeah. And those of you who are speakers and you've got a book for sale and you're not doing that, you ought to do that. Okay. My opinion, of course, but that's what you should do. What is $35 if your book costs $50? Sell one book and you've paid for dinner, right? Which, by the way, they don't make you pay for. They comp you. But these clubs don't have billions of dollars, do they? So it is a courtesy, if you will. It is polite, if you will, that if they have an auction, you bid the price of your dinner. Did you know that? Post in the comments what you think, and post in the comments if you think that's a good idea. But I've always done that. In fact, if you talk to anyone who's a Disneyana fan club member, you'll know that I do way more than that. Not that I bid on a way more than that, but a lot of times it's just to get you revved up, because I'll see something that's absolutely stunning and I'll go $10 and nobody's bidding on it, and it's really worth like $200. I can't handle it. Okay. I really have a problem with that. So I start bidding it up. And but when you do that, if you have a mindset to bid something that you think is worth more, and the person who donated it was really sweet to donate it, so let's not get it for garage sale prices. It's expensive to me. So I'll bid it up. And my feeling is I win it. So I'm not bidding it up to be difficult or a pain. I bid on something that I know I may end up with. And if that's the case, great. Great, because I will be paying the price that it's worth. But it's fun to have those battles. So I remember the Marty Sklar had something that was in his office. And I got into a bidding war with another person, and they finally beat me out. And what they had done is snuck while I was speaking to beat me. And it sold out from under me. But I was okay with that, because it was sold for what it was worth, and that went to Ryman Arts in this case, but in some cases it also goes to the club. So if you're a club, however, let me tell you another thing that won't upset the artist, okay? If a person or an artist, let me not say the artist, won't upset the person doing the donating, all right? Make it clear when you're asking for donations what you're going to put them for. Don't say it's for Ryman Arts, for example, and then make it for your club. because for artists like myself, that's upsetting. Not that we wouldn't have done it for the club, but we do. Herbie Ryman was a friend of mine, so I may push a little harder to do something a little more unique because Ryman Arts has a special place in my heart. But the Disney Anna Fan Club does too. So you don't just take something of that I've donated and say, oh, by the way, we put that aside for something else, and then I find out at the dinner. That's not cool. Okay, just not cool. And that's happened a couple of times with clubs, and they kind of feel that they have the right to put it wherever. Just let the artist know and be safe, okay? Because you don't want the artist to get upset. And I didn't get like angry, but I was hurt. So that's why I'm saying just courtesy. All right. Back to Club 33, where you now have this beautiful hall, this beautiful kind of speakeasy type feeling lounge. That's kind of what it looks like to me. And it's lovely. It's so beautifully done. Kim Irvine was at the helm, and some people may like it, some people may not. But what I like about it is it's a place for people who are Club 33 members to not only bring guests, but they can just sit up there and relax. See, before it was mostly dinner, and there was no place to sort of sit and visit with friends and not drop a few bills for a big dinner. But the lounge allows you to just have a couple cocktails or a light snack or tea with your friends. And in some cases, many members just go up there, they have a little drink of something, and they read a book. Because maybe in their case, it's their husband or wife who's the member, and they just really aren't into Disneyland like their spouse is. So their spouse can flit about Disneyland while they're up in the beautiful lounge chilling. And I think this was a really good idea on Disney's part for this. There's a huge waiting list for Club 33s all over the world. And I know Tokyo Disneyland has a Club 33. I think Paris has one. And again, if you really know, post in the comments. But that's my little Club 33 bit. That's what it is. Club 33 is amazing. Many people will stand outside the door and see who goes up to push the button. And then they sort of gather so that they can peek inside and see what it looks like inside as the door opens. And that's pretty exciting. I remember before Club 33, when it went through its renovation with Kim Irvine, that it was the secret door next to the Blue Bayou. Very secret door. Many people, I remember when I was first invited, I walked right past it. I had to be guided to the secret of the secret door by a member. But now it's the not so secret door right across the Pandora thing. It's huge, and it says, there's no missing it now. But back when it was a secret door, there was a young lady who was kind of hovering when I was supposed to be going to lunch, I think it was. And she was hovering outside. And when I went to push the button, I could tell that she was just really, how she was just kind of, and I said, can I help you? And she was like, I just want to see, is this the door to Club 33? And I said, I believe so. I'm going to find out. And then I said, I'm about to push the button. And she said, well, I just want to get a peek inside. And so I said, I'm so excited about Club 33 at Disney. And you know how you are. Come on, admit it. You don't have to admit it in the comments, but just to yourself that you would be gaga, like a little Pomeranian. You just wouldn't be able to handle it if you could look inside. So there she was, and the lady opened the door for me, and she was going to let me in. And I said, is it possible that this young lady can just have a little peek inside? Is that appropriate? And the woman said, of course. And so we let the girl peek inside at the bottom floor and see the elevator and see the people, host and hostesses, cast members, if you will, dressed in the great Club 33 garb. And she got to look inside. And then I asked her if we could take a picture with her. So she turned her back to the open door and stood with me and one of the cast members, and we took a picture for her. And then, of course, that's as far as we could go because I had no authority, and I'm going in as a guest, and bye-bye. But she was so happy. She was full of tears and full of excitement. And I have tons of these stories. Club 33 stories. There are stories of the early Club 33 where corporates owned membership. And the problem with Club 33, now you're going to be shocked what I tell you next, okay? Are you ready? Some people make the appointment with a club member, and then they just don't show up. You heard me right. They don't show up. Okay, this is the epitome of discourtesy. This is what we call appalling manners. Okay, because here's what happens, guys. First of all, it's not easy getting up into the coveted Club 33 if you're not a member. All right. If a member decides to grace you with the opportunity to go up, the last thing you want to do is just not show. Now, many of you out there are like, oh, you're like the Scream, right? Oh my God. That was me. What? Okay. Absolutely incomprehensible to me. And I've been up there several times. It is not in my brain that anyone would just not show up. And what happens is when you don't show up and a club member has invited you, they are responsible for paying for you up there. So if you do a dinner and then you don't show up for your reservation that a Club 33 member has to make for you, they have to pay for that meal. So whether or not they had to pay for that meal or not, don't do that. So if you want to go to Club 33 and a Club 33 member is nice enough to invite you, you go up there. And get this, there's a dress code. So don't be showing up in your shorts and your flip-flops or your strapless little, barely there outfit and diss the club. Okay? There are people, trust me, I've seen it. You don't have to dress like something out of Downton Abbey, but you do have to dress with respect. And I'm amazed at how many club members talk about how people show up and they're wearing the most appalling outfit, midriff showing, and you know what I mean. You've seen it. And you want to be as respectful to the club as you are the member, because the member is, it reflects upon that member how you look and how you behave. So behave with manners and be respectful, because otherwise that member won't invite you another time. Let's say you have a situation where you've got to cancel. Please respect them, call them up and say, look, I've run into some trouble. I'm not going to be able to make it. And just be polite. That's only good manners. But you'll be shocked. You're shocked, right? I was shocked when they told me this. Now, here's the other side of the coin, which rarely happens. But again, it could be in the corporate membership part of things. If a corporation has it and they offer it to you like a perk, okay, maybe it's your CEOs or maybe it's your people who create a certain level in the business. You've sold so many, I don't know, houses or whatever, and you get to go, but maybe you're not very Disney and you're like, what is this Club 33? And you come walking in because you don't, who knows, right? There are times, if this is your corporate membership, you might take this for granted. That's the other thing you must never do, okay? Now that it's shifted, as I understand it with Club 33, Disney is pulling back from corporate memberships because they're realizing that if they let a corporation own it, I'm not saying corporations don't own some, but they pulled back when they did this transformation because they realized that they need people who give a hang, who respect the club at the club. Okay, because otherwise it brings down the whole experience and you don't want that to happen. And the club has had to make certain adjustments because of the way people behave normally. And some of those people push on the dress code, But it's very easy. If you're going to go to Club 33, put your nice shirt or your nice, it can be a pantsuit for ladies, it can be a nice jacket, or not even a jacket, just cover your shoulders, don't wear the spaghetti strap stuff, right? But when you go, you can put that in a locker, and then you can change for dinner or change for a drink. It's simple. Trust me, if you get to go, pull out all the stops, guys. Really go for it. How often do we get to dress up and feel elegant and special? Club 33 allows you to do that, so don't miss that opportunity. But as I was speaking about before, the other can happen. So maybe there's two people who have really wanted to go, and I'm going to talk about this lovely couple from England that I know. And they were at a D23 event, and I was at a party with Mice Chat. This adorable couple, I was introduced by Dusty Sage. He introduced me to them, and they mentioned that they were from London. And I asked them how they were doing and what did they see and how did they like being in California? Did they see all of California? Were they just at the usual chit chat that you do when you ask something? They were very excited to learn about me, but I was equally excited to learn about them. And I said, is there anything that you did that you wanted to do that was on your list that you didn't get to do? And they bowed their heads, as most people do when they kind of like, well, and their feet shuffled. Club 33. I was like, whoa, wow. Well, it just so happened that I had a dear friend from London. You know her. Well, you may not all know her. But anyway, my friend Michelle from London, she has a wonderful podcast called Disney Dream Girls. If you haven't listened to it, please do. Disney Dream Girls. She's lovely. And she was in town, and all she wanted to really do, she hadn't done, was to see Club 33. So I worked it out with some of my friends who are members, and we were going on Tuesday. So it was Saturday, D23, little party with Dusty Sage, met these people and said, on Tuesday, I'm bringing her. Let me see if the member will expand a little bit so that you can come. But I won't know. So let's make sure we have the proper phone numbers, because if I don't hear from you, I'm going to assume something else happened and I won't chase you. Okay. This is an opportunity. You're going to have to do some work. And they were like, no problem. Well, so my club member was a darling. He said, do they want to eat dinner? I said, no, they just want to come up and see the club. And he was like, no problem. We're going to do it, make sure they're here at this time, blah, blah, blah. So I tried to text them, and I tried to text them, and I tried to text them, and nothing. I finally texted the person who introduced me to them, and they I think it was Monday, almost at the 0 hour, we're coming. And what they're, so I try, if I'm the one that has asked the club member for this favor, to be there early, so that when the club member shows up and when the people I've invited, and I'm not inviting a lot of people, usually it was one person, it was going to be Michelle. This was an extenuating circumstance. So I begged them a favor, and they were so sweet to do it for me, to bring this couple. So when I came around the corner, there he was, of this couple, and I couldn't find his girlfriend. And he said very gently, her tummy got so upset that she had to race into the bathroom. Her tummy was bothering her because they had beat me. I had not beat them so that I could be standing there when they came around the corner. They were already there. And so she had gotten all worked up that maybe this wasn't going to happen. And he told me, and he told me that they had shown up a couple of times during their trip and the member hadn't shown. So they were disappointed twice. So what I'm saying is, if you are a Club 33 member, please understand that you are doing a very huge, you're bestowing on someone a very big deal. This can be the very top of their bucket list. And this could be the Holy Grail. This could be Earth from space for me. Okay. So if Branson says to me, Terry, I'm going to take you up in space, and I don't show, he's going to be really ticked off, right? But if he doesn't show, I would be crushed. And this is what I'm talking about. The Branson just didn't show and didn't talk to me or didn't tell me why. He just left me standing there like a bride at the altar. I'd have been devastated. So kind of look at it that way as a real devastation. She came around the corner, saw me, and burst into tears. And we aren't even inside the Club 33 door yet. And she just burst into a million tears because there I was standing there, as I had promised, keep your word. And in the door we walked. And we barely got through that door, and it barely clicked shut before she started crying again. So if you're someone who's always wanted to go Club 33, remember what it feels like to you. And remember that if someone is kind enough to bestow this gift upon you, show up. Okay. And it's the same if you are a member. This never happens with members who understand it. It's usually a corporate membership member who doesn't get what Club 33 really is and how much it means to the friends and fans of Disney. So there you have it. There's my Club 33 chat. And let's find out what you're going to say. But I thought I was asked this over the weekend. Someone just sort of asked me about it. What's happening with Club 33? And I don't know. I haven't really had the chance to sit and chat with my members, but it made me realize that I should reach out to some of them and see how they're doing and make sure everybody's doing okay. And they went through some stuff because, this money that they pay means they can pop into the club anytime they want. Now, I'm curious to find out how has the pandemic affected their fees and their ability to get into the park when they want. It's got to be appointment too, but how does that really work, And so that's kind of, Anyway, I thought it was a good thing to talk about. So let's see where y'all are and what's going on in your life. Jenna, you're still in Jamaica. Oh my gosh. And they always pop in and chat in Jamaica. Would you do that? You're on vacation? Would you be like this family right here? This is our amazing Bella. They're all part of Terry's tribe. And to be part of Terry's tribe, you go to patreon.com/Terri Hardin. Let me just show you that. Since they're there, I'll do a quick shout out for the tribe. Go here for as little as $5 a month. You can be a part of Terry's tribe. So it's a place where we have an early broadcast before I do this one. Every Monday and Friday, I go live. And then on Wednesdays, we have a Zoom call, just us kin folk. So you might want to get together and do that. Okay, whoops. I should remove it and not make you have to look at that all the time. We'd rather see the comments, right? Of course we would. So anyway, Jamaica, thank you for visiting. How's your head? She had her hair braided. Mine are dreadlocks, not braids. But if you've never had your hair braided before, it can hurt. And that's what Bella said. She said, "Why are you paying people to hurt me?" was her quote. She's a cute little girl. Good morning, Terry and the other fans. Hello, Bob Burdine. Welcome. Morning. Hello, theme park gals. Good to see you. And while I have the theme park gals here, they have an amazing podcast as well. And they're vloggers of extraordinary levels. And I want to see if we can do a show and talk about my book and my class. They are going to be coming to the pumpkin sculpting class. And the pumpkin sculpting class, just go to terrihardin.com, click on event schedule, click on pumpkin class, and you can learn about my live pumpkin class, October 30th in Anaheim, California. I'll be there from 9 o'clock in the morning until God turns the lights out. $75, all the information there. I do supply the pumpkin, and you can learn more. I'll be talking about it more at later times, but there you go. Okay? Yay, and hi, ladies. Glad you're going to be joining me. Leo, how are ya? Let's see. Morning Tribe. See, this is Bella and her family in Jamaica saying Morning Tribe. So we were talking about in the tribe today on Patreon, we were talking about the fact that sometimes the internet goes and doesn't let you, like today, for some reason, I broadcast through StreamYard, and StreamYard changed my cameras and my, so I have the ability to switch cameras to this one, to another one from the overhead, all of that kind of stuff. But if it uses my computer, it doesn't work. So I always have to, so that's why I was a little delayed today. Well, and I got to talking with the tribe. I mean, let's be real, let's be truthful. But the fact of the matter is that that I like to be able to switch between cameras. You've seen me do it before, so this is no different. I like to switch around and move around. So that's why I want that ability here, and it wasn't giving me that ability to switch and make it interesting for you. So now it's here, and it's got a really, I've got this beautiful microphone over here, so I want to have the best sound for you as well, because there's nothing like that echoey sound when someone is talking to you. It's great if that's all you got, right? You got to start somewhere. And you guys feel free to subscribe to my channel and take a look at some of my earlier broadcasts so you can see my arc. If you're thinking about doing a YouTube channel or a broadcast of your own, it didn't just right out of the box be like this. Okay? It was not like this originally. And if you look at some of my earlier broadcasts, feel free to dig, and you'll see the arc that I go through. And the reason I go through said arc is because you do it as you go along and you learn. And I also want you to know that I'm like a 5-year-old. It has to be super simple and easy, or I won't do it. I have the attention span of a gnat when it comes to stuff like this. So it's got to be super simple, or it just doesn't get done. It doesn't get learned. So, and it also doesn't have to be supercalifragilisticexpialidocious cameras either. It is not I am fortunate because I have a husband who talks to me about what the properties of a camera. Because seriously, I'm an artist. I like to sculpt, paint, do puppets, don't like to poop, pee, eat, or sleep. And technology is my scream, if you will. So it needs to be simple. But my husband explained to me as we were cleaning, because at 64 years old, maybe you feel this too if you're one of your, silver-eared Americans like me, or you're a silver-eared person in any country, that all of a sudden you look around your house and you go, man, this is cluttered. I mean, if you look here, this is my studio. My studio is always a bit cluttered because behind me over here, you can see a painting that I'm starting. There's my example here, and here's the painting that I'm doing. It's a work in progress. And then I have a few things I'm doing for charity that are around here. I have puppets and masks and displays of my work. Behind me is my mermaid tail. This I built in 1980. She's 40 years old. She actually swims in the ocean, and I did several commercials with her. So my studio is full of storyboard for my first film, and it's like woohoo everywhere, right? But the fact of the matter is that it's a little cluttery, but you start to look around and go, can I make it less cluttery? Maybe not necessarily this studio, but maybe your house or whatever. So you look around and you go, how can I get some of the clutter out? Because if you're a collector, I was a collector, I start to think about what I can do to get it out. And on Patreon, we do what I call a treasure chest giveaway. And if I find something in my collection that I like and you possibly like it too, then I give that away. I try to do it once a month, but once or twice a month. Okay, so what am I saying this for? I just wanted to point out to you that if you want to do something interesting, fascinating, and wonderful as a YouTuber on your Facebook, you want to do something live and you've been a little nervous because how do you do it? Start with your iPhone, get a stand for it. Many stands have legs that bend and stuff. And post in the comments if you want to see more about this. I'll actually show you some of my early stuff. But if you go on my YouTube channel and you click in Easy Facebook Hack, that is a video I did very, very early during this. And you will see what I ended as an artist, okay? Because it comes from my artist brain. I'm not a techno brain. I'm an artist. So I'm trying to figure out, how do I get the word out here? How do I fix the sound? How do I get the picture to be the way it is? And I came up with this hack. And so look through and see if you can find it. It's very funny. My husband didn't want me to do that because he said it was embarrassing, but it's not embarrassing. It's embarrassing, I guess, if you're a techno person. If you're an artist, this is what we do, is we make lemonade out of lemons, don't we? Absolutely. So I just made it work. And so that's what I'm saying. Just make it work the best of your ability and grow as you go. So when I started to tell you about cameras like the one you're looking at here, we were cleaning, and my husband had several video cameras that we had used in the past to record our vacations, before the iPhone came along there, and this was, you may or may not remember this, mini DV. The cassette was like that big, and mini DV. This is a mini DV camera you're looking at here. This one is too, a little fancier mini DV. And the one above for the aerial shot, these are some Rolly Crump. This is a sketch I did. I'm working on the sculpture now. This camera here is also one of those mini DVs. But what my husband taught me was, all I need is an HDMI cable. Are you getting like lettered out? Is an HDMI cable which carries the video feed through the camera. You're not recording with the camera. You're going through the camera to what's called a switcher, and you're pushing the buttons accordingly to take you to the various areas in question. Okay. And because it's so simple and easy, I can do it, but it takes just practice and dedication and focus, and you can make it happen too. So basically, I have a 4-camera setup. The 4th camera is, you may have seen broadcasts where you're looking at pictures. That's my iPad, which is plugged into the system. So if you want to learn more about it, or you want me to do a little thing on it for you, maybe ask me, anything can be about it. I do have this camera right here. It's brand new, and the latest and the greatest of mine, because I'm getting ready. I'm working on filming teaching videos for you, how-to videos for you. And this is my camera that I wanted. My husband helped me with that. That's why it's sitting here next to me. Hi. But its angle is a very weird one. See, here's the angle for this one. That's because I'm going to put an object here. For example, if this can of paint was going to be the thing I'm sculpting on, you get the opportunity to watch me sculpt. It's a little bit dark, but I can always hit it with more light. And then we sculpt and sculpt and sculpt. And I'm aware that this is in this position right here. It can actually be moved more over my shoulder, and it would come around to the front. So it is a mobile, I'm wiggling it now for you to see. So anyway, that's kind of the, in a nutshell, explanation of my system. If you want to know more, post in the comments and I'll set it up and we'll make an announcement and you can check it out. Okay. Before we go to, let's go to the next one. So Jenna, I know that Jenna and her family are going to go back into the ocean because at some point they're going to have to go back home to the UK. So Bella, I love you. Get in that water. Go swimming in that warm ocean, because before you know it, you got to come. You're going to have to go home. So I appreciate you checking in on us and I love you all, but go have fun. You're in Jamaica. And let me tell you that if I was in Jamaica, I would be doing the exact same thing. So just so you know. Good morning, Bonnie. Bonnie says, good morning, everyone. Have the office myself again. They put a hold on people coming back. So you have the office to yourself again. That's what you said. Learn how to read. It's Monday. So yes. So Bonnie is bringing up a good point. Things are changing due to the pandemic, and they're changing so quickly. Can we, it's like an e-ticket adventure. We just don't know, right? Here in my town, they're telling us not to eat indoors. It's probably better if we eat at a restaurant, it's outside in the open air, and to wear a mask unless we're eating. And then as soon as we're done, mask up again. So they're trying very hard. And, let me know in the comments if your town is the same. Are you trying to keep from locking everything down? Now, if you're reaching out to me from New Zealand, you've locked down. You found one person, they were sick with COVID, and the whole country locked down, which maybe many of us think is extreme, but isn't really. That's the question. Let me know what you think. Okay, but I'm glad you're here, Bonnie, and I'm glad you get to listen to us today. Weekend was good, though. Got to visit a friend. She just got over COVID, so happy tears. Bravo. Yes, those are happy tears. Very, very happy tears. Anytime I hear about someone pulling through, it's happy. I get very nervous. I had a neighbor who the kids just love me, and they love coming over and showing me what they're doing. I think with children, I don't know if this is you, but when you pay attention to children, they sort of get all excited because, you're talking to the parents and the kids are down here. And how many times do people talk to the kids and make the whole conversation and the parent is kind of like, why am I here? That happens with me. I often love talking to kids. I'll talk to kids a lot of times before the parents. No offense on you parents, but I just love talking to kids. And these kids saw me and they had just been to Catalina and they started running and the mother shouted, "They've been exposed to COVID, back up." And we were like, but do they know better? Do kids know better? Do they understand distance? It's a challenge, isn't it? So we just all have to be watching out for each other because sometimes we forget. Often we forget. Post in the comments what you think. And it's on a lot of people's minds referring to the pandemic. Absolutely, Bob. There's no way. Even if it's not on your mind up front, it's in the subconscious, isn't it? And it just doesn't want to go away. It's like that old 1950s movie, The Tingler. You feel the tingler, but sometimes you feel it, sometimes you don't, and you want to scream to get rid of it. But man, just yeah. Hello, Stephanie Fix. Good to see you. We are getting the Dream Pass on Wednesday. We just went for 3 days over the weekend for our anniversary. It was great fun and exhausting and expensive, right? That I think, isn't it true, theme park gals, that the money you spent for that 3 days goes towards the pass because you bought the tickets occurred before the pass was available. This is what I'm being told, that if you did a Disney thing, that it goes towards it. Or maybe it's, I don't know. I don't know how it works. But I heard that there's a way to apply some of the monies you spent previously to the passes. So if you have any hacks, let everyone on how to get these passes, because they could be limited, right? And I really need the number supercalifragilistic pass, or I'm not so sure I want any of them because I got to have parking. So that's, you kind of think about what you need in a pass and then how is it going to happen? And I'm hoping that the app explains the process in ordering and when they're going to be available. Are they available midnight? Are they available 9 a.m.? What's the story? And if you know, please message me and let me know how it works, because I'd love to learn. And I don't always know like you guys know. So I'm reaching out to you. Hello, Chuck, who's buying the pass. Yes, I figured as much. We'll have to go have a coffee and see each other. That's the fun part of that. Stephanie says, I'm getting the Dream Key, but waiting until Thursday to purchase. I think the website will be most likely crash on Wednesday. So you think, Stephanie, everybody's going to be going for it, eh? Yeah, yeah, it's possible. It's possible that that's the case. I really don't. I have to be honest. I don't know. I'm like, I don't know. But I'm hoping that I'll find out more. And I'm going to reach out to Dusty on Mice Chat, because he sometimes knows the ins and outs of this stuff. So I'll probably reach out to him and say, hey, you got any news? Any hacks for me? Any secrets? Yeah. Yes, Chuck, it is. It is just amazing. And I think that in the beginning, many of us were feeling like we didn't want it to happen, but it's such a wonderful experience. And I have two members that one of them is just really educated and knowledgeable about that lounge. And whenever I bring a person up, which is this before the pandemic, of course, when I got the opportunity to go up and then maybe bring a person up, they would give the tour. And that was always the highlight for the person that went up. They just were so touched and excited that they couldn't breathe because she's just she's great with it. So those are the kind of people who should be Club 33 members. Wouldn't you agree, Chuck? Oh, you're still here. Got to go. We'll watch on the plane tomorrow. See, they got to see. Yeah. 10-hour flight tomorrow. Get home on Wednesday morning. Love Bella, Grandma, and Mummy. So Bella is my amazing little friend and fan. She is for perpetually, bless her heart for being patient with Terry. She will always be 7 years old when I met her in Paris in 2016. And she's older than that because she was 7 in 2016. So you do the math for how old she is now. And realize that she is forever a little kid. And that's just my brain. She's not a little kid. She's a young girl now, and she's lovely. And what a sweetheart. And but for me, she's forever a little kid. And then her grandmother and her mom, and they all decided to scoot off to Jamaica to have a really good time. And they let us know the Jamaica rules with the pandemic. They had to stay at the resort or be on a resort sponsored activity. So you know how when you're on a Disney cruise, those of you who have been blessed enough to go on one of those, how you have the excursions that they have connected you with. That's kind of what they do, is they keep you in that bubble. You have to do the excursions, at least with Jamaica, that were the hotel had already authorized and done it. You couldn't just go out and do your own, because then you would be in violation of the pandemic rules and regulations to keep everybody safe. And they said it was great. With Bella being a young lady and loving the water, basically Grandma and Mom could sit in a nice lounge chair with maybe a nice little cool icy drink and read a book and keep one eye on Bella while she flopped around in the water, because all she seemed to want to do was swim, 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 swim. You guys got kids like that? I often met people at the Disneyland Hotel who said, hey, if I can get to the pool with my kids, that's pretty much all we do. Disneyland, pool, Disneyland. And the kids just love the pool, don't they? The pool, the ocean, water babies. And that makes for a relaxing time for you. You can take turns watching your child, make sure they don't get into any kind of mischief or trouble. And they just have a ball just forever. You know, they're the little skin prunes up and their hair turns a color because of chlorine, or in the ocean, they just get all sandy and they don't seem to care. And then by the time you take them up, they fall asleep in the shower, getting everything. Oh, it's just adorable, isn't it? So it makes for a fun vacation. Yes, it does. Yes, it does. And I'll be happy. I'm sorry you have to fly back, but I'm glad you're going to watch. Yeah. Yes. And Bob is wishing them a safe flight home. Be careful. Be safe. Angie says, good morning. Hope you had we have a fantastic week. This week will be good. Yes, this is going to be a good week. It's a busy week. I'm going to be letting as many people know about my pumpkin book that I have co-worked on with my best friend, and about my classes, because the thing I hate to hear more than anything is, oh my gosh, I had no idea you were doing this. And so I look at it like that. Some of you may say, I don't like to push and sell. I don't like to either, but I've realized that what I must do when I'm going to be doing an appearance like this live is let as many people know as possible, because it drives me crazy. It hurts when someone says, I didn't know you had a book. I would have loved to have got it for that special price, which is the pre-sale price of $18 right now until September 10th at midnight. And then the next thing they say is, I would have loved to have taken that class. I had no idea you were doing it. So that's why you get inundated with this, guys, because I want to make sure if you just happen to pop in and you didn't hear about it, go to TerriHarden.com. That's where you're going to find out the information about the new book. On the bar, it says new book. I keep it simple. What did I tell you? Attention span of a gnat, right? And also under event schedule It'll drop down and you'll see the pumpkin classes. There's also a virtual pumpkin class if you're not in California and you don't plan on coming over this way. You can do it from the comfort of your own home for $40. You will have to buy the pumpkin, but I will help you. I will guide you with what pumpkin you want to look for. I got some little tips so that you don't go to the market. Do not go to the market and buy a pumpkin, because those pumpkins can sometimes be like celery and your tool catches it. It makes you feel terrible. The idea is to make you feel good while you're carving it. Okay. So that's it in a nutshell. Quick. But I'll be talking about it all the way to Halloween. Aren't you lucky? So there you go. Happy day to everyone. Michael, you're still here. Usually you just pop in and say hello. It's so great that you're still here. Of course, now he may not still be here, because how long did it take to get to that comment? Love Herbie Ryman. I have watched many videos of him, says Richard Barnes. He seems very serious all the time. Could you share a bit of what he was, a bit of who he was personally with us sometime? Thank you very much, Richard. How about Ask Me Anything Friday, this Friday? If you ask me that question again, I will tell you all about Herbie Ryman, because Herbie Ryman, I'll tell you, I'll give you a little teaser. Herbie Ryman kept me from quitting Disney Imagineering. So I had fought to be Imagineer. And in 4 days, I was ready to leave. Herbie Ryman kept me from doing that. So please go to Ask Me Anything Fridays, same bat time here, 9:25 or 9:26, sometimes 9:27, but it's in there, okay? And ask me that question, and I will tell you that story. I will tell you a couple of stories that are really great about Herbie Ryman. And if I remember, I will show you something that I got that represented Herbie that I absolutely love. I think I have to look. I get, but yeah, I was very fortunate. I was told when I was an Imagineer later by Tony Baxter that I was an Imagineer during the prime best time to be an Imagineer. Now, I would have thought it would have been when Walt was alive, but Tony said, yeah, that was good, but this was superior in many ways. And he shares with me. So that's another question you can ask on Ask Me Anything Fridays. And I go for a little longer. Yes, I do. Good morning, Terry. Just popped in quickly since I just arrived at Walt Disney World. Joseph. I'll catch up later on. Have a great week. So Joseph is all excited because he bit the bullet and he shot himself out to Walt Disney World, and hopefully he will have a good time and stay safe. So this is the sweet thing about the group that has come together here on the YouTube channel, the Facebook page during my lives, and Patreon, okay, which is, patreon.com/Terri Hardin. Because it's quality people. It's people who love gathering with me, that they pop in even when they're on vacation. So if that's you want your voice heard, please subscribe. If it's not you, don't feel like you have to, okay? This is a channel that is about the person. So I touch base on some of the things you want to know, answer questions you want to know. So it's very eclectic. It's not like a classic channel where I tell you how to make money on YouTube, or how to do a business, or how to master Instagram, or review the latest camera. I don't really do that. It's not that niche. And if you're looking at training for YouTube, niche is what makes a person go up in the algorithms and be hundreds of thousands and sometimes millions and millions of followers. And if that's your goal, you want to hone it down, you want to keep it short. I am blowing the doors off of every single one of those rules. I have right now we are at about an hour. And that's really where I should be stopping, is 40 minutes to an hour. But I'm going to get through your comments and questions and then I'll stop, okay? This is just my decision. So will I have these giant numbers of followers? Not necessarily. Will it take me longer to build? Not necessarily, because if I look at the algorithms, they're going to go like this, right? And I don't even really know what they are. So honestly, you want to peek in, you want to listen later. However you want to do it with me in this situation. If this appeals to you, you don't have to sit here forever. I'm here every single Monday and Friday, unless I have something that prohibits that, like a plane flight or something, which lately hasn't been the case. But I'm here. So that's what I'm saying. Just do it. Just get on there if you want to do it and do it. And if you want to be a YouTube sensation, then there's plenty of classes that teach you about honing it in. And I am going to be doing other channels because I'm training too. I'm not ignoring those trainers. A couple trainers have said they need to be shorter and sweeter. So I'm going to do another channel that I plan on where it's highlights of what's been spoken here, cut together so you can, and then I'll do a podcast of it. Those are in the works, but those take just a little bit longer because I don't have a prehensile tail. Keep praying for one. Still not there. And also I have other things that I have to do that are taking precedent. But those are in the works. And hopefully before the end of the year, you'll get to see the fruits of my labors. Let me just tell you that right now. Okay. I don't have a team other than me and my husband. And the reason I don't is because right now it's a learning curve. And I am more face-to-face because at 64, we didn't have any of this. This was non-existent. The phone was a murder weapon. It was a big thing on a cradle and you could, it became kind of the featured element in Dial M for Murder with Alfred Hitchcock. So now you can't really do that because your phone would break before, So this is what I'm talking about. Okay. I'm used to being at an event where I can shake your hand, hug you, and see you. And when the pandemic happened, well, actually before the pandemic happened, I was breaking into this kind of venue. So thank you for joining me and thank you for being a part of it. And if you really want to be a part of it, subscribe. And I guarantee most of the time, Monday and Friday, I do it. So if you have a question, please post it. Get ready for Ask Me Anything Fridays. I loved it. When it was more secret, I would always take a picture next to it and people would walk by thinking I was crazy. Yes, Bonnie, it's true. And that secret door was fun. I mean, everybody, there's like two camps, right? I won't say it's as heated as Republicans and Democrats seem to be on Capitol Hill, but it is a thing that some people like it the way it was. Some people like the new big door. Some people like the fact that it was mostly the way Walt had it. Others like the new lounge, so. But the lounge has so many more opportunities. First of all, there are nights when the members can go up like on a Sunday night and watch, they'll pull down a movie screen and you get to watch Wonderful World of Disney, like classic, like 10-year anniversary with Walt and things like that, which are amazing. They have singers. They have piano players that come and you sit in the lounge in a nice comfy chair with your cocktail or your tea and you listen. Or you just chat with your friends, eating, little aperitifs, little tiny sneaky snacky things. Just lovely. It really is the lounge is really lovely. And one thing I did not mention about Club 33 is you have to be with a member in order to enjoy the lounge. Many Club 33 members can get you dinner and you can go by yourself and the Club 33 member doesn't have to be there. I find it more fun to be with the member, honestly, because the members are so much fun. But sometimes they can't make it because they're busy. So they will just send you for dinner, but you cannot enter the lounge at all. Unless you're with a member. So comes down and you can't be a part of it. So that's nice. It's nice and exclusive and it's just lovely. If you get a chance to go, please do. And do something nice for that Club 33 member. Even if it's just a nice thank you. Or, you know what I mean? Yeah. Good thought, Bonnie. I don't think Walt ever got to go to Club 33. It didn't open until 1967. He did want the bird's eye, the bird to spy on corporate sponsors. Michael, it was a place where he could take people, but it wasn't officially Club 33. You know what I'm saying? It was a secret place that Walt took the dignitaries. So after he left, it became Club 33. You're absolutely right. But it originated from Walt saying, I want a place to smoke and drink, and I don't want to be seen doing it. Yeah. Yeah. And you remember when those of you who knew Walt, which I didn't, I loved Walt so much. I may have seen him when I was a kid, but he had an entourage just like anybody else, people just clamoring to get pictures, get out of, he was a rock star, right? But he used to have a special dedicated custodian who would walk behind him and sweep up the cigarette butts. He would be smoking, he would drop them, they would sweep them up immediately because Walt wanted it to be that clean. So he needed this area, bird's eye view, to make sure he could smoke and have a cocktail without being seen having a cocktail. He was very, very adamant about that. The reason I know about this person is that I actually met that custodian who's passed away now, who was the dedicated custodian whose job was solely to sweep up the cigarette butts. He followed along at a safe distance and swept them away. As soon as Walt dropped him and kept walking, he swept him away. And isn't that cool? See, you get the cool stories here. You get the cool stories here. So thank you, Michael. And Bob says, you're right, Michael. Yes, exactly. So again, the title wasn't there, but the place was. The location was, absolutely. It just wasn't called Club 33. I would be ecstatic if I could look inside. My friend went a few years ago and bought me back Club 33 ears. Aren't they lovely? Yes. Closest I'll probably get to them. Oh, I'm okay with that. Yeah, Bonnie, at some point in some time, you always ask. Okay, always ask. A person can only say, no, I'm unable to do that. But you might get surprised, as this little couple, this sweet, darling couple from London did when they asked. When I asked them the question and they told me, they didn't keep it to themselves, because as much as we all try, we're not mind readers. So it's nice, it's very, very nice. Only no-show excuse is death or hospitalization. Yeah, Crystal, that's the case. And if that's the case, they're going to understand. They're going to get it, okay? But if you were hospitalized, hopefully a family member would get in touch with them and let them know, is all I'm saying. But you're right. Your extreme definition is exactly what the case is. And I was in a situation, not with Club 33, but I was meeting a friend to have dinner, and I got trapped on the 5 freeway here in California. There was a terrible accident, and I was parked on the freeway for hours. And I called her and told her, I'm not going to make it. I can't get out. And she was furious because I was late. And I'm sorry, I lost a friendship because she didn't like people to be late. But, I didn't have a flying car. I still don't. So I had to say, I'm sorry, I'm not going to make it. I'm not going to make it. And it was too bad, but it is what it is. She didn't like people to be late, and she had a right. I didn't like being late, but in this particular situation, I couldn't fix it. So friendship dispersed. Yeah. Hi, Steve McCormick. So true. Protect the members. Absolutely, Steve. Absolutely. Top of the morning, Daniel DeMeyer. How are you, my love? Got to ride the Club 33, Richard Barnes says. Club 33 elevator 20 years ago. My major goal in life is to have a friend that's a member of Club 33. My BJ's Wholesale Club membership just isn't doing it for me anymore. You are so cute. You are so adorable. Richard, you're so funny. Yeah, people don't necessarily, I have to tell you, Club 33 members usually play those cards close to the chest. And sometimes they don't let you know unless you ask. But if you're having a chat and, I went to a training where the instructor said, think of yourself as being in service. And so put like a towel over your arm and how can I be of assistance to you? So think about what you can do if you approach a Club 33 member that you know is one. And your question is, I would love to see Club 33. Is there any way I could be your guest sometime? What would you do for them? What is it you could do for them? And you think about that kind of upfront. Okay. You start to say to yourself, what is it that I can do? In my case, I simply tell stories and entertain them, but And I'm an artist. I'm a Disney artist. People have tons of questions. And Club 33 members are just like everyone else. They want to know what's going on and what crazy story can I tell and can I make them laugh, et cetera, et cetera. But in your case, who knows? It doesn't have to be anything huge. It could be a thank you card. It could be, I would be happy to what, or just say, here's a nice something, doesn't have to be huge. It just needs to be polite. And a lot of times, if a Club 33 member invites you, they just want you to show up. I can't even believe that a Club 33 member has to concern themselves of whether or not people are going to show up. I just think this is just ridiculous. So honestly, that's my positioning. That's my positioning on that Club 33 thing, because it's so sweet and wonderful that somebody, does that. And the Club 33 elevator that Richard is talking about is no longer in the new regime. There is a new elevator, but it's not that cute little tiny one from the original. But that cute little tiny one has been repurposed in the lounge. So it's all good. It's all good. And you're going to enjoy it. You're just going to enjoy it. Mom and I were lucky to get to go to Club 33 once. And you loved it, right, Michael? Yes. And I knew 2 or 3 people who were cast members and servers at Club 33. And unfortunately, one of my closest ones passed away a few years ago. And I still have his contact information on my phone. Isn't that strange? You just don't want to let go of that last thread when it's someone who's so super sweet. And he would bring me up there. And I said, is there anything I might do for you? You've been so kind to me. And he was a school teacher. And I was the keynote speaker a couple of times at his school. So at the school where he taught. And it made him a rock star. And it was, for me, a very simple thing to do. Because you know me, I sure can talk, can't I? Yes, indeedy. Angie says, it's sad to me legendary Disney Imagineers don't get membership to Club 33. I think what you offer in the Disney qualifies you to be part of it. Thank you, Angie. That's so sweet of you. That's so sweet of you. And I think that would be lovely, because I think that marketers of Club 33 think if a legendary Imagineer, if they gave all the legendary Imagineers memberships to Club 33, we'd all be there all the time, which isn't the case. We all come down when we can and love to be a part of it when we can. And one of the things is, the amazing Willie Ito, his birthday is Disneyland's birthday. So he's always at the club on his birthday, Disneyland's birthday. And it's really exciting to see him and be in the club together. That's like a double, that's like the trifecta, right? You're in Disneyland, 1, you get to go to Club 33, 2, and the trifecta is Willie Ito's up there. Sometimes the Sherman brothers, when they were both, of course, alive and well. Now one Sherman is there. Tony Baxter could be up there. At the time, Marty Sklar could be up there. They were all up there at different times you just never know. Bob Gurr was another big win. And the couple I told you about were sitting with us. We were at the lounge enjoying, and they were just having a great time. Had the tour, had the talk, whole thing. And their eyes got wide because I'm facing them, and the action is happening behind me. And they're like this, and they go, Bob Gurr. And I turn around and go, hi, Bob, because Bob and I are really super close friends. So they went, she knows everybody. Not really, but I am an overall friendly person. So it's easy for me to know a lot of these people because I'm just very friendly, right? Well, not, The tribe is so enlightening and a joy to be a member of it. Thank you, Bob. Yes, it's a fun, very, very special thing. And I'm grateful because of all the people in the tribe. So it's not, if you have been a member of other Patreon pages, mine is different again. Not because it's any better or any worse. It's just different because I am. So I've embraced my difference and just this is me here for you to look at and look around and, you know, yeah. So hang in there, guys. I'm so excited that you're going to join me at the class as well. There's Janny G. Good morning. How are you? So, Janny, I was going to ask you about so Janny G is with the tribe. And I'm going to have to reach out to you. First of all, I hope you're feeling better. She wasn't feeling well. People who burn the candles at both ends often hit the middle, and then God gives them a right cross and they're sick for a while. She wasn't feeling well, and so I hope you're better. Later on, I'd love to talk to you about something that I'm working on, a project. I want to seal it, and I'd like to get your input on that. So maybe we can talk later. But Janny is an amazing artist, and her work is bar none, just beautiful. Janny lives in Canada, and she's talking about still wearing masks 50-50 on others. Yeah, and I think world news is where I really get the big picture. I tend to be exposed only to California news or in the United States news. And during the weekend, I try to catch up on the world news or whenever I can. And that is super important, because then I realize the pandemic is really not leaving, that countries all around the world are struggling. And that makes me wake up and smell the coffee and do my due diligence and keep fighting the good fight. And I hope you will too. Think of others and protect others. Even in Jasper, there were lots of tourists, but we wore our masks. Yeah, I'm with you on that. I just think it's good. You know, in the beginning, they told people who were vaccinated that they were not carriers. And now we're finding out that we are. We could be. So I put the mask on because I don't want to be responsible for, I don't ask every person if they're vaccinated. But I do I have a meltdown if you haven't told me that you're not. I really would love for you to say, hi, I'm, insert name here, hi, I'm Tigger and I'm not vaccinated. Then I make sure I have a mask when I'm around you in your presence. Okay. I'm not going to judge you. I will say, boy, I hope you change your mind and get a vaccine. But more importantly, it tells me to be sure to wear my mask, because if I'm a carrier, you could get it and I'm not going to handle that well. I am not going to handle that well. I'll just tell you that right now. So let me know if you're not vaccinated. Not that we're going to have this debate, because I'm not about that. Okay. I wish I could convince you, but it's kind of like, religion. People have their reasons, and I hope that you will change your mind. That's all I'm going to say. I love you. I want you well. I believe the vaccine is the way to get well. Okay. All I'm going to say about it. But if you are ever with me, please, if you are someone who is not vaccinated, announce it like it's your name. Okay. Hi, my name is, and I'm not vaccinated. So I know to protect you. Okay. I'm serious about this. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. I don't want to be, got really angry at a friend of mine who sat next to me for an hour before he mentioned to me he wasn't vaccinated. I almost picked up my fork. Don't make me pick up my fork and hurt you. I wouldn't do that. But boy, I sure felt like it, because I was put in a very vulnerable position of possibly infecting him. And I just don't want to be put in that position. Please respect me enough to tell me if you're not, okay? And I'll make sure I'm masked so that I'm not the one giving it to you. The 3-day ticket we used was Southern California discounted pass. Oh, nice. With that ticket, you are not able to put towards the cost of of course. Of course. Why am I not surprised, theme park gals? Oh, yeah. Oh, it's always something, right, ladies? Oh, my goodness. Wendy Cooper, dream key for me. Gotta have parking, and the discounts are available. Yeah, you could have, Wendy, stopped at gotta have parking. Discounts are great. Don't, please understand. But I'm cleaning my house. Okay, I'm not accumulating. I'm purging. But parking is so important. I gotta tell you that is the thing that separates the men's and the boys for me. And if you're gonna get a pass, you gotta ask yourself, what is it that you really, really gotta have? That line in the sand thing. And for me, it's parking. Yeah. The nicest thing I got was when I was on the set of Dinosaurs. I was doing Dinosaurs, the TV show, Baby Sinclair, and the thing they gave me more than salary, more than royalties, more than any of it, was a parking space. True story, with my name on it. I took pictures. Lena, I wish I knew where those pictures were. Me going like, you know, it's all what it's all each individual's, right? No earlier than 10 a.m. Oh, so you think it's 10 a.m. Pacific it's going to happen. Well, keep me posted, ladies, okay? Because I do want to get in and get on it, okay? I really do. I really, really do. You can also purchase tickets at the ticket booth. Yeah, but I don't know if the annual passes you can purchase at the ticket booth. Do you know that? Is that possible? Post it in the comments. Let me know. Passes, not tickets. Passes. Okay, so you can get them at the ticket booth, but you get them at the ticket booth on that Wednesday, correct? As opposed to any earlier or later. Well, later, of course. But you could get the passes at the ticket booth at 10 a.m. So are people getting up early to get passes? I don't know. You never know. Is this going to be one of those things where there's a line where the website crashes, as Stephanie has said, or is it going to be something that is simply easy peasy because some people are choosing to do, you know what I mean? I don't know. I don't know what to expect, to be honest with you, ladies. Call me today. Are you going to tell them what I have cooking soon for you to see? That's not my secret to share, young lady. Well, I guess it is. It's our secret, isn't it? So I told you about, okay, so I'll do it right now, Jenny. I told you about Terry's Tribe on Patreon, patreon.com/Terri Hardin. Jenny is a member of the tribe, and she had been showing me her artwork. All of us on the tribe, she had been discussing it. She discusses processes. She talks about the joy of doing it. She even did a spotlight, because if you're willing, I'd like to spotlight you and hear about you in the tribe. So it's not me. It's me yapping most of the time, but it's all of us discussing on Zoom. And then if you want to share what you do, your collection, the things you love, you can say, Terry, I'd like to be spotlighted. You can pick a time so you have time to plan. And then we put you on. We all love on you. It's not one of those judgment things. But Janny did it, and we got to learn about how she uses a lot of recycled material. I knew this already. Anyway, long story short, I asked her if she would paint my portrait. Behind here is a portrait as me as a villain, but my husband felt that you shouldn't be looking at that painting glaring at you, because it's me as Medea, the woman who killed her own children. And so it was done by an artist friend of mine, but my husband felt it should not be glaring at you when I'm all about positive and upbeat and love. So I've asked Janny to do a portrait of me, and I did it very early, and that was because I didn't want her to feel like it needed to happen immediately. I wanted her to be able to think about it, rework it if she wanted to. And we're trading. We're doing a trade, art for art, which if you're an artist or someone like that, that's something else. I didn't just say, paint my portrait, but can we trade art for art? And she agreed. And so she says she's just about done with it. But she's been very busy. You know, a step in any direction, even if it's the wrong one, creates momentum. And Jenny was one of these people that just needed a little flash powder to help ignite the gunpowder. So I am the match that lit her gunpowder, if you will, and she's been on fire ever since. So I was happy to do that. I do a little retreat. Let me say that again. I do a retreat, which is only 10 people. When it wasn't the pandemic, I did 2 of them, and they were very well attended, and everyone was really excited. And I plan to do those again in 2022. If it's something that interests you, just let me know in Messenger. I create a little list. But it's usually to help you move forward in your business, or if you're an artist and you want to learn how to make a living doing what you love, you're someone who wants to experience other art projects. In the case of Janny, I flew her down from Canada, and she taught us her method, which was joyful and wonderful. So, you know, just recycling and repurposing is a cool thing, and artists really loved it. So it's a great retreat. Anyway, that's what she's doing for me. She's going to be unveiling the portrait. She wanted me to know if I wanted to see it. And I told her if she wants to show it to me on a private call, she can. Otherwise, she can show it to me. That's what I mean when we get together, maybe on a Zoom call, and she can go, ta-da, and I'll go, oh my God. Can you change this? No, I won't do that. I'm kidding, Jenny. I'm kidding. Much, much better. Good. She's feeling better. Yes. She sounds like it, doesn't she? Jenny sound like she's getting well. She's well. Rest. This is all the thing I have to tell him. Yes, forking people is not nice, Terry. Exactly. Exactly. But you think about it. I've never acted on it, but in my mind, I love this guy that I was at dinner with, and there were 8 of us, and he sits right next to me. I love him. When I was told he wasn't vaccinated, I felt like I had stabbed him. And it was awful. It was awful, awful, awful. It was hard on me. He tried to make me feel better, but letting me know he was getting a vaccine the next day. But just please tell me up front and tell others up front. We're not always gunning for a fight with you. We want you to know we love you and we hope you'll get the vaccine. But listen, you know, if you don't want to, then please let me know so I can protect you the best I can. I don't want to be the person that gets you sick. Okay. And they have determined that people who are vaccinated are and can be carriers. Are we all? No, but I can't tell if I'm not. You understand? So the way to do it is when in doubt, mask. That's my decision. All right. So if you got a little freaked out when I said I wanted to hurt him or stab him with a fork, I didn't do it. Okay. But it was hitting me that bad. It's like he stabbed me with a fork after I'd been sitting with him an hour and talking to him. So excited to see him. I hadn't seen him in 2 or 3 years, maybe more. And now I don't want to be responsible for getting him infected. If I found out later he was infected, I would be on that list of people, of potential infectors. You see what I mean? So please don't do that to people you care about. Let them know you're not vaccinated. Okay? Let me know so I can protect you. All right? Just let me wear a mask and keep you safe. All right? Just let us do it, is all I'm saying. So if you're like, oh, what did she say on YouTube? She wants to hurt somebody with a fork. I did at the time. I did not have a fork. I did not do it. But that's how much it upset me. It is just so you get the visual of how upset I truly was. That's all I'm saying. All right? So don't do it. Don't act on it. Don't go stabbing or assaulting anybody. It's not cool. There's my disclaimer. Don't do it. But let that person know how much you're hurt that they didn't tell you. I was almost in tears when I found out. Please don't do that to me again, is what I said to him. Okay? I spoke. Used this. I didn't assault him with this. I didn't say, hey, you, and call him names. I just said, how could you do that to me? And he was like, it's my choice, but it's not your choice. It may be your choice, but give me the chance to choose to put a mask on so I'm not part of your equation. I don't want to be part of the equation is what I'm saying. Do you follow me? Do you understand? You guys all understanding what I'm saying? You getting it? You know, don't just close your ears off after you heard a word that upsets you. Please continue to listen because I'm making a point here is what I'm doing. Okay. All right. Cause I can't live with that. I cannot live with the idea that I am possible typhoid Mary, especially with unvaccinated people. So if I'm anywhere near you and you're not vaccinated, either put a mask on and say, I haven't been vaccinated. And I know how you feel, Terry. So in front of you, I'm wearing a mask, not because you'll infect me, but because you're protecting yourself from me. Got it? Okay. Take a lot of time on this, I have. But boy, it just sounded like Yoda there. Take a lot of time on this, I have. I didn't mean to do that, but it's a very serious thing. Okay, so I just want you to see how serious I am about this. I'm intense about it. You know, I have a very dear friend who confessed to me that they weren't vaccinated. And I said, oh, thank God you told me that. Because I would have been, I really don't. See, this is a reason. Okay. I'm vaccinated. It's clear that if you're vaccinated, the chances of you getting sick are pretty nil. There are special cases, but the CDC continues to say if you're vaccinated, they're very special cases. but we can affect those who are not. So please don't do that to me, okay? Please have enough respect for me and others that you're not going to not tell us that you haven't been vaccinated, okay? And if you've got friends who will explode at you, then just gently put a mask on. You don't have to tell anybody. Just put a mask on when you're near them because you want to, you're thinking about them. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, nobody likes wearing a mask. We don't. Okay, some might, but you follow? Okay, cool. We're done. Yes. Yes, indeed. There you go. And look, everybody's happy that you're better, Jenny, because you rested. Good girl. A betrayal of trust. Yes, Stephen. It's just so many people who aren't getting vaccinated are in the me, I. I don't believe I need it because I. Not saying this is you, because as I've said before, I have a friend who has a medical condition that I've never heard about the CDC discussed. So I had to give him that. I had to say, you got a point. You've got to study it for yourself to make sure you don't have an adverse effect because you have a very extenuating circumstance. All right. But if it's because, you believe in hollow earth or flat earth theory, please look at some stuff that's a little more substantial and get the vaccine to save yourself, or at least when you're with people like me who are vaccinated, allow us to protect you if you're not going to get it. All right. Please don't consider yourself a superhero, because I don't consider myself a superhero. Nope, I don't. It is, Angie, it is. And as I've told you before, if you're going to be on YouTube, on Facebook, on all of these, and you are someone who has a huge following, I don't have a huge following. I have a pretty good one, but I don't have a huge one. But I feel if I'm here, and I'm here every Monday and Friday, it's my obligation as someone who's broadcasting to mention it. So I've mentioned it. Okay? All right. I didn't make my whole broadcast about it. If I had, that would have been in the thumbnail. Terry talks forever about the pandemic and why you should be vaccinated. That would be in the thumbnail to warn you. Okay? So if you didn't want to tune in, you could go, ugh, not again. Because there's many of us who are like, not again. I want it to go away. We all want it to go away. We all would like to get back to normal. But if we don't figure this out, we're in serious trouble. And I don't want to be a part. I want to be part of the solution. I don't want to be part of the problem. So help me out, okay? I know you are thinking people, so I know you will. I love you for it. Thank you in advance. And Deanna says the same thing. Thanks, Deanna, for wishing her a good part. Connie Lane, you are a lovely one. Do we all have the courage, though, don't we? I mean, I had a friend say that he has a YouTube channel, and his YouTube channel reviews Shark Tank. He has hundreds of thousands of followers. And he gets a lot of people that write to him and say, I'd love the review without you. Which is hater talk, isn't it? Would you say that was hater talk? Maybe hate's a strong word. Maybe it's like, dislike talk. But he says it doesn't matter because it's interaction. So before I leave you today, know that as a YouTube person, you're going to get negative, you're going to get positive, you're going to get nothing sometimes. Sometimes you feel like you're talking to the thin air and nobody's listening. Consistency is key. Just come every week and know that the people who do join you are the people that need your message, whatever that message is. Me, it's about being of service to others, even if it's just putting them before yourself. It's a great way for you to live a good life. You automatically feel better because you're thinking of someone other than yourself. And when you're in a really depressed state and sad, you've heard me sign off, do something for someone else, and you'll feel better. These are not just words. This is truly how it works. So when I'm feeling sad, I come on here, broadcast to you because I know you guys want it, and it makes you feel better. And as a result, I feel better. And it's not always going to the broadcast, okay? It's calling a person on the phone I haven't seen in a while. Hi, how you doing? and talking with them. And I've got a list of people I should be doing that with that I'm behind. I mean, full disclosure, I'm always going to tell you the truth. There are people I should be on the phone with and should be reaching out to. And my day disappears before I know it. I've got so much stuff that I do my best. So that's what you do. But I love you guys a lot. Thank you, Connie. You always have such very sweet and wonderful things to say. So to everybody, we are at the 1.5 hour mark. I probably should have kept it to 40 minutes, but there was a lot of talk today, and I wanted to make sure you all got answered. And I'm going to roll my chair out carefully and stand up. As I say to you, I love you guys. Do something nice for someone else. You'll feel so much better. Come see me Friday for Ask Me Anything Friday, and we can talk about Herbie Ryman. We can talk about those that you have questions about, Imagineers that you're thinking about. I worked with most of them. Ken Anderson, Marty Sklar, Tony Baxter, John Horney, Bob Gurr. If I didn't name you, you're on that list because you were all there at the time I worked in-house. Now I'm a come here, get away Imagineer. I'm someone they pull out of a box when they need me because I'm super fast at what I do. And when they don't, they go, get back in the box. Down, back, sit, is what they do. So I love you guys. You be well, you be healthy, you be happy. And let's see, is there another one? Yes, there's little... Let's see. Here's one here from Bob Burdine. This is the key to success. When life gets really hard, we have our charities. Or just a nice, kind word, a sweet, kind word, or an act of kindness always will make you feel better. Always will. And look at these little, look at that heart and a kiss from David Lewis. That's all you need. Look how much better I'm feeling. So I love you guys, as Steve Golden says, ta-ta for now, and I will see you very, very soon. Have a lovely week, everyone.